there, Squirrel Army. Don't know if you could quite see me over here, but I am over here. Hi. So they recently revealed all of the face commanders for all of the commander decks from Lost Caves of Ixalan. And I want to go through each of them and discuss what I think about each card rather than talking about them when we're doing the deck upgrades. So we're going to be doing those, and you can join the Squirrel Army by subscribing. Alright, so next we've got Admiral Brass, or Admiral Brass Unsinkable here. Always was Admiral Brass, but now it's Admiral Brass Unsinkable. 2 and Grixis colors, so blue, black, and red. 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, we mill 4 cards. At the beginning of our combat, on our turn, we can return a pirate card, a creature card from our graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, has power and toughness 4/4 until end of turn. And it has a finality counter, which means if it would die, we exile it instead. So again, this is another triggered ability. Actually, it enters the ability is also a triggered ability, I guess. So that's another thing there that we probably want to think about copying these abilities. So we want to think about ability copying effects, or maybe just clones or whatever too. That can be quite good, because then we also get the mill as well, I guess, but we would legend rule ourselves for most of them, but still there's a couple that wouldn't legend rule us, but still, actually there's that 2-mana one that sacrifices itself if it dies, or if it gets targeted or whatever, but it would die pretty much easily anyways, but still, because it's a 1/1 or whatever, but we just want to get these effects, so we don't really care about that, like that's not really relevant, but certainly the non-legend the ones that ignore the legend rule would be really good, because again, we get more of our commander's ability to get back pirates from our graveyard. I'm not very excited about this, realistically, because the pirates that I can think of, besides like Malcolm, perhaps, there aren't that many that are that amazingly good. Again, they could print more really good pirates that have really good evasion and things like that, but there aren't that many that really have that good evasion built into them. So I don't know about that. Maybe you're just like, pirate that steals a thing, or whatever, or pirate that makes a treasure, or something like that. So you're more interested in the ETB effect of it, more so than it's going to try to kill people, perhaps, or whatever, like, again, just recurring them is pretty good, but we only get to recur these things once. So I don't know about that. I think that this is a kind of a commander that you kind of just play more in the 99. Honestly, I don't think it's that amazing. Like, it is nice recursion, and it kind of can give you cards that kind of you can get back, I guess. But that's not very good card advantage, honestly. Like, unless you're really built around it anyway, or you're really already sort of going to try to take advantage of your graveyard, it's not a huge thing that most decks can kind of do. So I don't know about this. This just doesn't seem like it really, is that amazing. Like, it's not terrible. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's just like thinking about how we can even take advantage of it. Like again, like, there's not that many pirates that are, like, even when you're giving them base 4/4, like, there's nothing that you can really do with them. Like, really, I don't think. Like, that doesn't matter. Yes, just getting them back for value, that's nice, but yeah, I don't think that this is that amazing, honestly. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. And again, I think all shapeshifters count for everything in every zone, I'm pretty sure. So if you have shapeshifters and such in your graveyard, they're technically pirates, so you can get back those clone effects. So that could work well. And if you could take maybe multiple combats, then maybe there's something there with taking extra combats and things like that. Maybe I can't think of if there's a pirate that returns an instant or sorcery. Maybe they'll print one in this upcoming set. And again, maybe they'll print more things that kind of work for what this is really doing. So I won't really know that how good this is that much, but it is only a once per turn effect. If you have cast this before you're in combat, yes, you'll get it straight away, which is really good if you've hit something by milling it with Admiral Brass here. So yeah, I don't know, like it could be alright, it could be really good. You could also just whiff and hit a bunch of lands, or hit, the ramp artifacts that you've got, or ramp other, things that you've got in your deck to actually make your deck kind of work. So, or counter spells or anything like that, or whatever. So again, yeah, you've really got to be built around pirates and, at least creature permanents that work with being pirates or shapeshifters, etc., clones, etc., that sort of thing, so that you can get that value. And you also need most of your removal to perhaps be on pirates or whatever, that sort of thing, to really get it. Because again, you don't want to mill some random spells and then be like, man, I'm never getting those spells back, and I really need them. Like again, maybe they'll print something that's a pirate that does that sort of thing or whatever. But still, like, you don't want to be having a low count of creatures that don't really do you a whole lot of good things. So yeah, they're going to have to print a few really good pirates for this commander to really do a lot. I think the other pirate commander is Admiral Brass or whatever. Some of those other pirate commanders are probably just better than this. So unless you really want to be doing this whole milling and shilling and returning and recurring sort of stuff, I don't think it's that amazing. Yes, buffing your stuff and giving your stuff haste is nice, but there's only a couple of really good pirates that would actually like do a whole lot with that effect, really, anyway. And the fact that they would get exiled unless you're copying them with something like Reflections of Litjara or something, and even then, like, again, you're only getting that, probably until it gets blown up. So yeah, I don't know. There's a few things again that you could do with it, but still, I don't know. It's a tough one to sort of think about, but those are my thoughts, I think, for this one. Again, I don't think there's much more to say, so I think we'll leave it there, because otherwise I'll be repeating myself mostly. So yeah, but you guys can always let me know what you guys think, writing your thoughts down there in the comments below. Am I so super wrong? Is there some crazy kooky combo that I haven't really thought of, and some synergy that I haven't really thought of that you guys have thought of, or whatever, or something that, again, there is stuff going to be in the deck itself that's going to be new cards, so it does depend on some of those new cards. But again, just based on itself, it doesn't seem that amazing. But you guys can always let me know, as I sort of said. And hope you guys have enjoyed, and hope you'll join me again in another one.